You're here. All right. We'll call the PlayEast Tuesday, March 3rd, 2025 meeting to order. And for the record, Patricia Smith.
Here.
Jenny Weber.
Here.
Keith Goodman. Here. Justin Birmingham. Andy Standiford.
Here.
Jennifer Lightheart.
Here.
And John Mike. Minutes. Any questions, concerns? April 16th. I will just call out, and we'll probably do this again, but if you look on page, the second part that is the conversation on fundraising, don't forget April 16th deadline for a raffle item.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's no questions or amendments. There a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve the February minute.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Hi, Justin.
Good afternoon, evening. Sorry I'm late.
Thanks for getting here. You probably got tied up with a bunch of school stuff.
School stuff, children.
You know, school would be great if you didn't have all those kids. You know, you could just go in there and just, write curriculum, read programs.
Schedule morning and afternoon naps.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Okay, that's fundraising.
All right, so in your packet is just a brief staff report, given a brief update. I do have updates on the update. So since the packet was sent out, we did get some additional sponsorships in. So the total at the bottom has changed. I guess corrections or adjustments is we have received the money from Weston Kia. The Grand Ron has sponsored $1,000 for a summer lunch program week.
Sweet.
Let's see, and so that brings our total to 19,904. So about almost halfway there. So our budgeted goal is $40,000 for this year fundraiser. So we're about halfway there. Pat gave me a bunch of gift cards, and so these are assumed for the raffle items. So those are coming, will be in handy. It seems that Lovett will give 600. Advanced Wire and Metal will give 1,000. And then KMO and Miller and Main has in the past jointly gave 1,000. So
Yeah.
we assume kind of the same.
Yeah.
We have an additional 2,600 to that 19,904. So whoever's the math whiz real quick.
And I haven't made connection with Amerjet yet, but she'll probably give 2,000 like she did every other year.
So if we include those 2,000s from the 76,
We got Mike's there. I see.
the Chevron. So we're about 24,500 with those additional updates. So inching a little closer and closer. So we're about 615.5 away from our goal. Again, the fundraiser is May 15th. For printed and promotional purposes, the deadline I would shoot for the 23rd of April. The sooner the better, so we can get banners printed, again, social media posts put out there, and then just be able to thank our partners and things of that nature. So with that said, on the fundraiser, there is an additional flyer that I did not include in the packet, but this is just finalized today. It is in the staff report of us working with A&G Burrito Shop, also known as the Wood Village Troutdale or Gresham Burrito Shop. So they're going to be doing a fundraising dinner night for us.
Nice.
It's going to be Thursday, March 26th. Proceeds from 4 to 8 p.m. at all 4 of their locations will go to PlayEast, 20% of that. So again, they have Troutdale, Wood Village, Gresham, and Lake Oswego. So all those locations will be included in those proceeds.
Kyra, has this gone out yet?
It has not, so we just finalized this like a couple hours before the meeting.
Sweet.
Okay, perfect. I mean, not perfect.
No, I think it's the
20%.
20% of, I think, proceeds.
Proceed. Yeah.
Proceeds?
I went through the list in my brain of what it could mean. I'm pretty sure it's.
So yeah, so this has not gone out today. It's you guys are the only ones that has viewed it. So yeah, so we'll make that correction. We're gonna get, a good thing we had some good proofreaders read it, but we're gonna get printed flyers and put these on all their locations. So probably by next week, we'll start promoting, we'll do a big social media campaign, kind of push that out to encourage folks to, at least for that evening, help us out during that time frame. So this is a new partnership, so this is a pretty awesome, cool opportunity with a local business, and so we're also looking for other local businesses. We've done this in the past with Stomping Grounds, McMinimans, and things of that nature. So these are always good events because it's a very low barrier staff time, but again, I think it's great opportunities to support local, and then they support us in return. So
Tyro, how have we in the past recognized these folks within the sponsorship?
we have, yeah, so depending on the dollar amount, so last year, we got about $900 from Stomping Grounds. We just call them a sponsor.
Good.
They are included in the report as well for the annual report, and when
Okay.
we did the fundraiser, we included them on the banner. When Minimans, obviously, when we did that one there, we got 50% of the proceeds for that evening, so I think we did 2,700. So at that time, they were a silver sponsor, and then they got recognized as such during that year as well. So
So revenue from this experience be attributed to the fundraising event.
yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Do you have any sense combined what their sales are on an average Thursday across those 4 shops?
I do not, I think he kind of expressed, he's like, regardless of what this generates, he has a dollar amount he wants to contribute. So he says, depending on what is the higher, he will donate that portion regardless of what. So I think he's just wanting to be a part of what we have going on, and he's a local member of the community.
Bills.
So again, I think for us, it's kind of a win-win of us bringing folks to get to know them a little more, and then in return, they support our efforts as well.
Well, good work.
Fantastic.
Let's see here. I know that in Hyrule, you've run into this. We do have some contributors in the past that when, and I just talked to Bess Wales at Gresham Board a couple days ago, and she has to take a pass this year, so we won't be picking up that money. What I've heard, and Hyrule, this because we just talked about it, there are some smaller donors, or just in Best was $1,000, that the economy isn't great for small businesses. And certainly hearing that. So as we go through this, when I was talking to Bess, what she can do, and she's doing it already, but you spend, if anybody got Ford cars, or you patronize Bess in different ways, you've got a car over there, it maybe needs a little work done, and take it in there. And any service work done in the garage, she will send 10% of that, up to $100 to PlayEast.
Sweet.
And you just tell them you need to go to PlayEast. So we may start seeing some things like that, because I do know a number of small businesses that just revenue isn't coming in. So that would give us a way to talk to people about a possible way to contribute and be a part of the PlayEast, and at least get them involved. get a sponsor that might grow in the next couple of years. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you mentioned small business, but this is kind of across the board. So I mean, on the spreadsheet, the ones in red are ones that have said already that they aren't able to do so again this year. And I mean, if we look at them, there's TriMed, there's FedEx, Oregon Health Authority, which again aren't small businesses. And even they are struggling to have that capacity to do more community support as well. So TriMed's a huge one because they were a gold sponsor for at least 2 years, so that's $5,000 that right off the bat we won't be have a shot at this year. So as you talk about small businesses, I think it's kind of across the board. So that's why, again, when we're looking at things of this nature, it's an opportunity. So we are looking to do another one with Chick-fil-A, hopefully in April, to kind of spread them out. But now, if we see that these are pretty good opportunities, maybe even start next fiscal year and spread some out during the year. So when it comes around this time, we've had a couple of good successes and we're ahead of the curve already on our fundraising efforts. And so, we are exploring those options. I think it's something we've tried to do, but now we're able to do with just more staff capacity to focus on these efforts here, so.
And that is along the theme here. They can keep their revenue going. It'll attract additional customers. So as we continue with fundraising efforts. And the other thing is, if anybody has a person in mind and you would rather have 2 people present, Hyro or myself, or pick somebody, be happy to be there so we can, always add some color, be the color commentator. So.
Yeah, so reach out, we can put a little presentation together. Pictures go a long way. So, we can utilize tools we have in place to help tell our story of, of the investment there as well. So.
The last little anecdote, my wife came home from Kohl's this weekend, and she's a coupon shopper. And so she's in there. And those at the checkouts, oftentimes they have little stuffed animals with books. They had them for half price. And so, bingo, she comes in and she got this armload, got them for half price and her coupon, proud as heck. And then the next day she says, I got to get back there. So that'll be dropped off at the office, and then let Hyro and his crew do magic with those little books. And, we always bought them for our kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
We just have to keep looking, and that's why I bring it up. If you see a closeout someplace and you think it can work, get it. And Hyro, Nancy is masterful, and Annie.
Yeah.
At putting together those baskets. So we don't have to worry about creative.
And you don't have to worry about me being creative either.
No.
Let's just give them some material to work
Yeah.
with, so.
And so, Pat just gave me a handful of gift cards, and so these work well also for the raffle items. And so, we look at last year, raffle items, I think were about $1,800 worth of revenue. So again, it's a great option there and opportunity. So I think, for us now, with a little bit more time, we'll be intentional of how we do it. We're looking at means of just promoting it wider and not just solely for the event. So if folks can attend the event, they can still participate and figure out how, when they can pick up their item as well. So.
And I think that raffle gives another look to it. I think it's fun for people.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it gets them moving around, and it gets them a chance to maybe, spend some money they might not otherwise have spent, and, take home a little basket of something that they thought they needed when they bought it. I've been to plenty of auctions and bought things that I thought I really needed. Sure. And I gave them back and they can auction them next year, so. Anyway.
I want to put a plug in for burgers, dogs, and buns. That restaurant in
Yeah,
Village.
a new one.
It's like, you want us to contribute burgers, buns, and dogs to the raffle?
No, but you could, to me, I could do some. But anyways, I went in there today and I talked to the woman that, it's a woman and her husband own it. And they are there. He does the cooking, she does the everything else, and their little baby comes with them every day. And I told her all about this, and she said, well, what would you like, cash or gift cards? I said, it really doesn't matter. And she said, and how much would you like? And I said, well, it's entirely up to you. We appreciate everything, you know.
$10,000.
She goes over to her cash box, pulls out the $200, and then her husband says, let me give you some gift cards too.
Wow.
Great.
5 $20 gift cards, and that's enough for a foot-long, beautiful hot dog. So if you get a chance, go there.
Yeah,
I mean, the hot dogs aren't cheap, they're not something you get at the fair,
yeah,
but they are
good.
Where are they?
Good hot dogs.
That'd be.
right on Halsey, and that little bunch of,
By the byway?
Oh, by the byway.
yeah, yeah.
There's a good sushi place there too.
There is,
Yes, yep, there is.
Thai coffee is good.
Coffee didn't give me much.
Oh, they didn't, yeah, I haven't been in there, I just went in there
They-
for a meeting.
Well,
and-
they gave a card, they gave a $25.
Yeah, yeah. But that's generally
That's something, yeah,
a new business.
Yeah, it's really.
Put that out.
Yeah.
I know.
Carvana, Hyro, they have not got back to me. I left another message with them. They were all, excited, but you know how that goes. But I want to keep working on them and see if we can get something going with them. Anybody else have anything to report around the table?
I have a set up time to talk next week with the gym owners at O'Malley's. I've not yet gotten to lift, but I'm going to do my rounds this weekend so that I don't forget. And then I'm going to add Crunch Fitness to it because they're new, I guess, in Troutdale-ish area. So they have a fancy new facility and they're a chain, so hopefully.
Yeah,
I don't know that they're open yet. I think they're going to be where the Safeway was in the Toppage.
Oh.
Where the
That's right.
failed move.
The failed, no, don't get me started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right with you.
yay. Is they got to take the whole thing or a part of it?
I hope so, that's awesome.
They did start doing some work in there, but I think it's when they got to digging for the pool that they realized they were in over their head.
Oh, yeah, that one.
But this, I don't think this one's planning to have a pool. I think they're just using it for additional.
Well, maybe for next
Okay.
year, we'll
Yeah.
do that one, but I'll talk to Lyft this weekend and hopefully get an answer back from the O'Malley's. Either way.
LA Fitness,
Huh?
LA Fitness.
I could go in there. I'll just do the gym rounds. Like, I'll just do that this weekend.
Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
24-hour, there's Snap.
Figured like the connection to activity, I'm like, these are future customers, these children.
Right?
Bring them in.
You go LA Fitness, so.
Anybody else with a report or?
Oh, and I haven't asked him yet, but I anticipate Frank will renew Reynolds sponsorship this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Justin.
Sure.
I wanted to call that out, that
Yep.
Justin has been really serving on the board and helping PlayEast in kind with rooms and facilities as well as financial.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
I'll see him on Thursday. I'll ask. I'll have an update by next month for sure.
And that was with Frank. I saw Reynolds Education Association.
Yeah.
What do you think about,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not pushing it, the union, you gotta.
So Mr. Selby's wife was reduced by us in the last couple of weeks. And I wouldn't describe our relationship with them currently as
Maybe next year.
glowing.
Knowing him the way I know him, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily preclude any of, like, the appeal to PlayEast and the mission is different than the Reynolds School District asking REA. So, if you guys know Evan or whatever, I'd say have at it.
I have a relationship with Evan and Jeff Fuller.
Yeah, Jeffrey Fuller.
Yeah, and I know I was on the bond committee and he was
Yep.
on there as well, so him and I got talking and
Good.
they are feeling it from the association side, but I think I could reach out to him and have him do a plug to the teachers of, some type of just online donation.
Oh, nice.
Will.
Yeah, there we go.
That way it's collective as well. Anything helps.
Yep,
And so, yeah, I could do that. So the tensions aren't more tense.
sure, yeah.
Than theirs. So.
Okay, if there's no other questions or comments, we'll go on here to this item of the winter program.
It'd be the Nike grant.
Nike.
The Nike.
Nike, yeah.
PK. Well, as John mentioned, the assistance from Justin is more than just financial. So Justin has helped me out submit to the Oregon Foundation, Community Foundation, for a Nike grant through their portfolio of grants that they operate for a Nike grant this coming up fiscal year. It is with the focus of providing more opportunities for sports and physical activities with girls, so that is their focus area. And so we've submitted a grant through PlayEast with the support of the Reynolds School District and Justin with that focus. And so we submitted it for $25,000 with the goal of really focusing on the summer with camps, but as well as having the opportunity for them to do year-round programming through us as well. So a bulk of the money would be going to subsidize their participation into our programs by focusing those dollars to them. Our thought process behind that was if we could focus those dollars on them, it would alleviate other dollars through our regular sponsorship and contributions for other folks to receive that support there as well. Other things included in the grant are materials and supplies for us to do programming during the year, as well as helping with our summer lunch program as camps take place where we do summer lunch programs. That way, again, it just allows that accessibility for food security during those camp times. We're hopeful, we're crossing our fingers. Mid-May would be the timeline of when we would know if we've been awarded. Again, we are hopeful. The concept behind it is that if we get awarded this year, we would re-up again next year for maybe the similar amount, or maybe decrease a little bit, but again, with that goal of providing opportunities, focus for girls for this cycle.
Great
work.
Well, once again, Justin.
Sure, yeah.
You do write a lot of grants. I know you do for the district, and thanks for the help here.
Yeah, when this came across my desk, it was easy to defer to PlayEast and as a better aligned prospect for Nike Innovation. So I'm optimistic as well. I didn't realize in the end we went with the full 25K, Ira, so good on you, man, for being aggressive. I left the budget portion of it to you, so I was happy to spin a little narrative and tell a few stories in service to the East County youth broadly, in addition to Reynolds School District, who potentially benefit. As I often say, I work for Reynolds but serve East County, so happy for all the kids.
Good.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Sure, yeah. And I'll keep my eyes out going forward always.
Yeah.
And again, the dollar amount for me it felt natural, just because again, we're providing a lot more physical and sport activities. But again, as Justin and I had conversation, we're including our dance, our cheer program in there, as well as those are physical and sport activities. So, and those are, predominantly, attenders are girls. So again, being able to provide that opportunity, I think just really aligns with what we're trying to do of expansion and opportunities here, so.
Did you say, is this a one-time grant or is it an annual? One time?
It is a one-time grant with an opportunity to resubmit next year. And, doesn't guarantee we'd get it, but if we did get it, then we'd have to take a break from applying moving forward, so.
Thank you. All right. We'll know about that in mid-May. Anticipate. All right, we are now down at our budget. So as just an introduction again to this, you know, we've been working through this budget, and there's been efforts, thanks to Nathan and his finance director and Hyro's work. There's been an effort to beginning to make sure that this budget aligns and has audits behind it to keep our numbers clear with PlayEast and separate from the city of Fairview's. And I think that's both, I think we're making good headway. So with that introduction, Hyro?
Yeah, so in the staff report, just provided some changes that we're looking to do in this upcoming fiscal year. But as well, you know, would like to just kind of walk, you know, where staff is anticipating we'd end this current year, and then kind of setting us up for next fiscal year. If
Hyro, maybe before we do that.
Yeah.
Did everybody get it, read the staff report and see some of the changes and the impacts? And remember, a budget is a roadmap. It is not set in stone. You start out with a number, and it never is the same number when you get to the end of what you spent and what you collected. So remember that as we move through this. Sorry, Hyro.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, John, and kind of in line with that, you know, when we're doing these projections, you know, revenue side, we are being conservative, understanding some trends and some information we're hearing through our revenue sources, and then our expenditures, we're anticipating maybe a little bit higher on expenditures just to give us that room if we need to do those expenditures, but we usually come under budget within those expenditures, or if there is an increase, there's a direct correlation within a revenue source as registration revenues impact our expenditures, as again, that's how we pay our providers through. But this current fiscal year, so intergovernmental agreements is the agreement we have with the city of Wood Village, but this also includes grants. So when we originally did the budget, we only budgeted for, I think, $10,000 worth of grants. We actually received a $20,000 grant through Metro to provide just some spring break opportunities as well. So that increase, that is the kind of the large increase there within those line items. Charges and services is our registration revenue. Obviously, we budgeted a little less, and we're anticipating to have a little higher registration revenue there as well. Kind of the two bigger ones are going to be miscellaneous. So miscellaneous is kind of our other revenue sources of partnership revenue. So basically, the contract we have with the city of Gresham or other partnerships that we have with other agencies that we receive a small revenue portion through them, scholarship reimbursements, as well as our contributions and sponsorships. So that big pot is reflected in here. This has increased significant, because again, when we did the budget last year, we hadn't finalized the agreement with the city of Gresham. And so when we budgeted conservatively on the revenue side. And we knew they were going to continue the contract. We weren't sure just at what dollar amount. So we went to the original dollar amount of $10,000 per month, which is $40,000 for the year. But they came in at $12,500 per quarter. Sorry. So that at the end of the year, with the contracts in place, it's $50,000. So that's a $10,000 increase in revenue just right out the gates there. And then our transfers, this is kind of Fairview's portions of the recreation managers / directors contribution, as well as the Fairview recreation side and that program coordinator piece there. So just kind of on the revenue, just wanted to talk about what we're projecting to end this year. And then again, as we look at expenditures, personnel, obviously this is program coordinator and myself, and then our materials and supplies. So we'll see it is increased there by $15,000. Some of it is correlated through the increase in registration revenue. Again, we pay that directly to our providers, and then our grants. The grant piece was an addition, so expenditures increased there as well. We did include the piece of Fairview Recreation as it's not mixed, it is separate, but it is a component of PlayEast because I oversee that portion there as well. But we are anticipating to have a ending fund balance of $228,241. We take that number, and with our beginning fund balance this current year, and I did forget to mention, we budgeted $290,000 for a beginning fund balance. We're actually anticipating a $300,000 beginning fund balance for this current fiscal year. So that's another $10,000 increase there.
However, when does the fiscal year start?
July,
Okay.
yeah. So July 1st and then ends June 31st of the
Okay.
following calendar year. So our proposed budget, we're going to start with the beginning fund balance of $5,280,000, which is significantly healthy from what we've been operating under as well. In the upcoming fiscal year, the proposed budget revenue, it's pretty much status quo. There's not a whole lot of where we're seeing additional revenue or anticipating big grants. Even though we did apply for the Nike grant, we don't budget for those because you budget for them and then you don't get them and then it doesn't look as well. So that's kind of our interpretation there. The biggest decrease is going to be the transfers in from the city of Fairview. And so this was a discussion between Greg and Nathan. As previously we've had we're growing the PlayEast staff in their capacity. And so with our current staff, a lot of it is heavier focus on the PlayEast side, which has allowed us to grow more. And so some of that split between the program coordinators was identified that PlayEast should be covering some of that cost. And so that's kind of how we prepared this budget here. And so that is a decrease there. So what does that mean? PlayEast will now have to pick up some of that additional cost. And so as we're anticipating our personnel services, that obviously that's the big increase there. And that's a piece of that as well. For materials and supplies, our expenditures, we're really not anticipating any big expenditures. We're not looking to buy any big capital or anything like that. Just, again, kind of staff. So overall, this is, the budget doesn't seem that it's anything different than what we operating, just more investment in staff to allow us for more capacity to continue and look at other opportunities for revenues as well.
Thank you. Questions and
So I feel like I should know this. How many FTE, full-time staff does PlayEast operate with currently?
2.5.
2.5, okay.
So our two program coordinators, they're 0.75.
Okay.
So they're considered full-time, they're just not
Yeah.
100%.
let me ask, I've never asked this question, now that you brought to FTE. Are they part of the association?
Which association?
The state, what is it? I forget what it's called. PERS.
PERS?
Well, PERS, but what do you call the classified clerical?
Yeah.
What's
So for us, it's OSEA, but I mean, I think he's asking, are they represented? Yeah.
Yes.
Are they?
They are.
Oh,
They have the option to be.
so they are part of the union contract.
Yes.
If they want to be, yes. I think they both chose to.
I guess that's what I was saying. Are they part of whatever the union contract is?
Yeah, when I renegotiated this year, I went with the actual past year, what the state allows.
Uh-huh.
The state allows a lot more than what we had previously, so they had the option to be and they have chosen to be. This is the short answer.
Yeah.
They are referred to.
So they are, fully benefited and everything, so I mean, that, that obviously is an expense, but I think it's an investment, and we look at it as an investment.
And we've been, as you see this, there was a sizable ending fund balance. The intention was to build that ending fund balance so we could add staff.
Yeah,
We didn't know quite when, but it happened, and it was intentional to carry a good size ending fund balance so that we can move to that in a year, and this is the year.
yeah.
Mind if I just say a little bit more about the budget?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
So I wanted to say, first of all, that Ira's done a great job working on the budget. And part of the issue we had in the past was money were being put in weird places. So our finance director found a bunch of money that should have been in place because it was interest on the account, so it's now in the PlayEast. So it's like, I think it's like $5,000 or something.
It was $10,000, so
$10,000,
that's the increase in the beginning fund balance there.
Yeah, so that was interest
From
money.
interest?
Yeah,
Yeah, that should have been in place budget, so that's, and we found even some more for the general fund, though. It was in the URA, anyway, that's a different story. But everything's going to the right place now, it was going, even today, it should tell me some really weird things that we found out about, but anyway, the other part I wanted to say, when I first came and reorganized the operations in the city, we had, our city recorder was doing all of the events for everything. And so at that time, the idea was, and Hiram was very receptive to it, and that's why we reclassified Hiram's recreation directors to take over those events. Well, we didn't know exactly what it takes, so we hired a full-time person with the intention of doing events and doing PlayEast. And so this year has allowed us to kind of reevaluate and say, okay, how much time is that person spending on events versus PlayEast? And we looked at it and decided that we could, Greg and I talked about in Hiro, and like, okay, can we do this? Can we really allocate a little closer what it is? Because the idea of it was to not only, was mainly to take over the events, and two is the boost PlayEast. So
yeah, and it'll be something we'll continue to monitor this year and kind of as we find more information out on appropriate time allocated and things of that nature. But overall, it does allow us to grow PlayEast. Now having, per se, 2 additional staff, they operated 2 summer programs last year, and so this year we are planning to do 2 more summer programs, and, they do our summer lunch program. We did a winter break camp with the 2 staffers, and so it does allow us to plan better now, PlayEast in-house opportunities that are basically 100% revenue for PlayEast, because their time is still allocated and is budgeted for regardless of what they do, so we can repurpose it and focus on program providing. I think that is a kind of where we would like to shift some focus, and so start looking at what they're interested, what their strong suit is, and start offering some of those programs to in-house providers per se, in-house staff basically.
and going from 1 person to 3 people has really allowed Hiro to focus on a bigger picture.
Yeah, I mean, it does allow to, more of this grant and things like that, so, again, it's all an investment, it's slowly developing, and so we are continuing to monitor and move forward and keep the board up to date on where our progress is.
Anything else? Well, again, just to reaffirm that this budget, again, has come a distance here. And Nathan, I call it a restricted budget or whatever, but it is a budget that is, through some of your work with your finance director, it's our money, and we get it when it comes in, and it doesn't get lost someplace.
Hiro knows what it is now.
Yeah.
Didn't used to know.
Yeah.
He didn't need the
He's looking
information.
around in there looking for the money. Well,
A certain dollar amount would come out with another one, so. So, I mean, there's been a lot of work done, and so it has been collective effort, but, I did mention this to Greg and Nathan, I think this year has been the budget I've felt the strongest about, just from the knowledge standpoint, to truly understand, okay, I'm under the understanding of we should have this, and so we start with this versus, something happened and some shifting, so we feel really confident in what we're presenting to you all today.
And they are, as you read in the staff report, that they're currently still going through audits. So that's always a benefit to us also, not only just because we might get some money, I don't mean that. It's that we want to be able to assure, because we are, our responsibility as a board handling this money is fiduciary. So we do need to take a, a serious look at that too. So thanks, you guys. I will open it up. Any questions, comments?
You need the motion?
Yes, if there are no questions, I'll take a motion to approve the budget for
I like that we have like a little.
26. There's the motion there.
All right, I move to recommend approval of the PlayEast budget as presented to each city budgets committee.
Second. First and seconded, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Iro, congratulations. Nathan? You? For the work.
More than.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, Iro.
with that, so I mean, just to give you guys a quick process, I think I mentioned in the staff report, so with it being approved this month, that doesn't mean we'd have to bring it back next month. And so we do have, well, you all have an interesting decision. Obviously, next month, we were potentially planning to meet to bring back the budget. If questions were. There isn't anything on staff's radar for the upcoming month for the board to meet, so you all can decide to postpone the meeting. We wouldn't meet in May also due to the fundraiser, so we would meet back in June. So I'll leave that to the board to discuss, because again, if anything, the biggest item was the budget and just updates on fundraiser, but staff feels that an email update is sufficient unless the board would like to meet and discuss that in person. Up to the board.
Yeah. Everybody got which way you shake?
I'm good with email.
I'm good with email.
Okay.
This is my
Email.
biggest concern, so as long as we just get updated on what needs
Yeah.
help with this.
Yeah, and that's the main thing, is that we need to continue to focus on that fundraiser. And anything surprises staff, they'll send us an email.
For me, the last thing is I also printed, so this was not included in the packet, but we did finalize the guide this week also, and we send it off to print. It should be in people's mailbox no later than next Monday. We are opening registrations up on the 10th. We have some exciting new programs that we are offering this spring and summer. One of them is with a new provider called Webby Dance Company that does dance, but they also do gymnastics. So we've elected to move on with their gymnastics side. As again, we won't really, our dance program is still, has plenty to grow. We also did bring on soccer shots, and I know we have a soccer provider, but we're having some quality differences right now with the provider, so we're hoping to have further conversation with them. They do other programs with us. Maybe we start, seeing if they you would prefer sticking with those other offerings and then allow soccer shots to focus on soccer. But again, we're just having those conversations with them. It isn't on any competing day, but weekends have been something that we've heard a lot of interest. We just haven't been able to really get going. So we're going to try it out. They're doing weekend programming, and then we have Skyhawks doing some weekend programming as well. So we're going to continue to really push on the weekend programming and offering. Besides that, our spring program is, again, status quo with what we've been able to do and operate with our programming. It seemed to work. Summer is kind of our we're revamping, or I like to call right sizing again. So last year we took a really big bite and offered a whole bunch of summer camps, and probably half of them ran. What we've seen kind of two goes around is too many options provide not enough focus on, quality programming as well. So it really moves us towards canceling and trying to readjust certain things. So we've talked to our providers and, again, consolidated how many camps we're going to offer during the summer, which I think is the right choice to really, again, focus on good quality amount programs. So we've decreased from 40 to about, I think, half, so about 20. So I think that's a good amount. As we saw last year was kind of, we hit a decrease. So we're hoping that we can kind of pick that back up and understanding there's still a lot of uncertainty with kind of what's going on with the economy. So again, we're trying to be cautious and focus our efforts in certain programs. Besides that, I mean, the guide this is our biggest guide. So us moving away from Troutdale provided us 4 additional pages. So we just kind of stuck all of our events on the end of it. So we have our fundraiser on there, all our community events with both cities, our summer lunch program that we'll be offering as well. The Summer Fest, as well as the City Night Out for the City of Wood Village, the Rec Night, and then we've already put in the plug in the Costume Dash in October. So it just does give us an opportunity to really make it more branding focused. And so again, we have changed the color. The previous green was more of a Troutdale logo, color pattern. And so this one is more reflective for the PlayEast logo. So it again allows us to more personalize it.
So Soccer Shots is new.
It's new.
Okay.
Yeah.
The dance company, that's not, I mean.
Yeah, so Webby is new.
It's new also.
Yeah, so we're sticking with gymnastics with them, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
So no other new ones?
no other new ones.
Okay. High Road, the piano, apparently we didn't get, I don't know if we didn't get any, but is the issue age? Is that, are we having trouble because the instructor wants to work with older kids, or?
I mean, I know in previous times, previously we had the age group from 5 to 14, 15. There's a lot of, I think, parents with the idea or the hope of their child at a really young age being introduced to the music world. Obviously, at a really young age, if that's really not your focus, it's not your focus, and it does make it a little tougher on the instructor, as again, it is a group setting, so we've elected to raise the age to 8. I think that's an appropriate age. Again, it really allows for quality of program and instruction and things of that nature. So participation has decreased a little bit, but I think it's still consistent, and we're working on, bringing those numbers back up.
Well, yeah, both piano, work with older kids, younger.
And we have kind of, we've modified that, the program. It was an hour. She seemed that was a really long time, so we've kind of cut it down to 45 minutes. She sees that that's been a better approach, again, for those that continue to be in that program, have been more consistent. And I feel that, she feels that they're gaining more out of it. So it's again, that quality.
Well, it's yeah, somebody has to sit them down in front of the piano. I don't know what, I don't know whether, the idea too, for us is to get younger kids and keep them in the program. And,
Yes.
And try to introduce them and then keep them. And that was, so, but I have no qualms with a piano teacher.
No, and we have
It's
programming.
their call on
Yeah,
that.
so we have programming that's starting as young as 2, so I think I think our youngest is 18 months, so I don't know if we can go any younger than
Well,
that.
that ain't bad.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Marathon Printing a silver sponsor?
They are a gold
They're
sponsor.
going, they're not on here.
Man, then let me,
And I am going to approach them. I'd like to see if I can get that on there.
hey.
Hey, you've been a gold sponsor, I'd like to recognize you as a gold sponsor.
Yes.
I honestly, it might not make a difference, but it certainly helps.
Yeah. I know they, on our annual report, they are on there.
Yes, I know that.
Okay, so,
I just,
Yeah.
that's what people look at.
sure.
And
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that they're recognized.
Yeah, well, nice
Appreciate that.
catch, Keith.
Yeah.
And that's all I had for this evening.
Okay, other business or comments? All right. One and done with a budget is always a good thing with a public agency. So if we will dismiss, then we're adjourned.
Yeah, so I will cancel the meeting invite for April and May, and we can
Okay.
back in June after the fundraiser.
Sounds good.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good luck out there with the fundraising or raffle tickets or